practicing in Mumbai. I have my own law firm. I'm a proprietor. I'm the owner of the firm, so more of a leader now. I have almost 15 people working with me as my team in my Mumbai office. I have 20 people working with me in my Dubai office. So I have running 2 offices. Being a leader myself, I chose the topic of a role of a woman in a leadership. What as a woman I would have done, or as a woman would do when she takes up the leadership of the team. What is a leadership actually? A leadership is a phase when you as a substantive person, as a person in front or a major role player, push or drive your colleagues and your subordinates towards performance of an act or performance of the actions for achieving a goal. When I say this, if I have a team of, suppose I'm having a team presently, 15 people and 20 people, as I said, 35 people. So those 35 people are my strength, they are my team. If I have to do something, I have to do through them. I alone cannot perform. The performance is a joint performance. Being the owner, I become the leader. So I am the leader. I lead my team to perform an act, to perform an act to achieve the goal. So therefore, my role is most important. At the same time, I have to take the risks and the accountability. Merely putting forward your actions and your goals for performance to your colleagues or your subordinates is just not enough. You as a leader also need to take up the accountability and the risks towards performance of the goal. Now, woman, as today we see in all walks of life, in every field of life, and every field she is there. She is a professional, she is a chartered accountant, she's a lawyer, she's a doctor, she's a pilot. We see her everywhere. She's an agriculturist, she is philanthropist, she runs an NGO, she's a social worker, she is a politician, she represents countries, she represents states. Woman is everywhere. As a leader, she has brought herself out as a leader. This leadership was not which has come with her today. She was born as a leader. Because earlier days, when we would see our moms working at home, they were a leader because they was leading the family. They would look after the family. They would look to my father. She would take care of my father's belongings. She would take care of my father's family. She would take care of her children. So that leadership quality in every child is born, especially when a female. Because I have seen my mom living that life. She may be 365 days, 24/7. She must be a housemaker, and she's housewife. She's putting her all costs together. We would all have seen that, and we would see that, okay, she is mom, she is made to do with the housework, she's a housewife, so she's doing. But when I sit back and realize it today what I am, I always feel that this is because she had it in herself. That's the gene which has come to me. Because she was a leader. She was just not a housemaker or a housewife. She has put in everything together to make us where we are today, to make me stand tall. So this has come, this is inbuilt in every woman. It is only that the society, the community has started accepting and recognizing it slowly and gradually. Or I can say that a woman herself has started knowing her own capabilities, her own potentials, her own inspirations slowly and gradually, and that's where she is becoming more and more aware of her capabilities, and she wants to voice them out. She wants to perform in her life, not only at home, but outside her home. There is a world now which is, she has realized that there is a world which exists for her outside her home. And she can perform more better. She can perform in a much better personality, better than a man when she comes to a leadership. Now, half of the world, if you see, is being driven by women force. Women are being more and more focused, and everywhere, in every country, wherever you go, there at some big position or the other, either politically or in some industry, we have some women. Now, to name a few, Indira Gandhi, late, she was a dynamic lady. She led the entire country of India. We have Margaret Thatcher. She was the Prime Minister of UK. Then we have Indra Nooyi. She is the CEO of Pepsi, if I am correct. Present Finance Minister of India is a lady, Srimati Sitharaman. She's a dynamic personality. Then we have a very strong woman, Maneka Gandhi. She is one woman who has been working tirelessly for women empowerment. We have Smriti Irani coming from a TV stops. She is to become a minister at the central government. Is not everybody cup of tea. Everybody would not become. So there was some quality of leadership that make these women to be there. It would not be out of place if I leave to mention the name of a late revolutionist from India. She was one of the most courageous women of her times, Srimati Sarojini Naidu. She had played a wonderful role during her times when India was fighting for its freedom. She led the women team. She empowered and she encouraged the women force to come forward and be shoulder to shoulder with all the man force when it came to the freedom of India. Now, coming ahead with this, there are few characteristics which are very important when we talk about a woman as a leader. The most important one is her ability to transform. A woman has the ability to transform. She can transform. You give her any task. Yes, we all are women. If any task is given to us to do something, we are able to transform them. We can change. If we are able at, suppose, if a case comes to me and I know that my client is a weaker footing and I know that whatever he's suggesting me to do, if I do, he may lose a case. At the same time, I am in a position, I don't think about the problems. I start thinking about the solutions. That what solution would come to me that I would win a case. And that's where the transformation starts. So I transform. Similarly, we all women in our professional career or when in all professions that we do or whatever task or whatever project we have in our hand, when we put into it and we try to work on it, we transform. We develop our team in a way that brings the beauty out of the work that we do, and we try to achieve the goals through them, because we know that how the same has to be taken care of and how we have to work on it. The second point is that to work in cooperation and collaboration. There is always a very common saying that male are egoistic. If a male is made to work with 10 people, and suppose there is something which goes wrong, and some junior wants to advise, some subordinate or a colleague would advise that this is what it has to be this way, or there has to be a slight changes, a man would never take it. A leader would never take it as a male, because somewhere it hurts the ego. Similarly, even we see that in the family, Father is an icon to be a home leader. Ultimately, the mom is one who makes the home. But if any time mom tries to explain him, then he takes it to his ego that no, it can't be this way. It has to be the way the way I see to it. As a woman, as we all know, that if we all start, when we are put into a task with our people, we all start discussing. And that's discussion is the most important aspect which takes us to the next level. So we always welcome the advices and the suggestions. And that's where the actual suggestions and the actual decisions comes forward. We get the end results, what we want, from our colleagues and our subordinates. Now suppose if I become adamant and say, no, this is not correct, you have to follow this, what I say, you have to follow my command. I'm not going to get result for what I want. But if I welcome the suggestions from my colleagues, my subordinates, my seniors, my juniors, everybody, so then there will be a solution. At times I may be wrong, but when I listen to them, there may be something else which can come to me, and there may be a better solution which can come to me. And this is where the all women work. We love to collaborate and cooperate with everybody of us. That is where it's more important. Now, even as a mother, when you see, fathers would never listen to a child. They would say, no, you have to do what a father says. But therefore, a child is more comfortable, as the children are here, they would agree that they are more comfortable with their mothers when they want something, or they have to discuss on some issues, which they know I discuss with my father, I'm not going to be heard, but my mom is the one who is going to hear. Am I right? Am I right with all of you? So your mom is the one who hears, and she gives you, and then she comes to a decision. She knows how to solve your problem, right? She knows how she has to put the things to your father to get the permissions for you, right? So because she's a leader. It's not that she doesn't know how to work, but it is that because she has given a right to your father or to our fathers to be the leader of the home. But ultimately, she's the one who makes the decision, who knows how to make the decision, and she knows how to put the wrong into right. Isn't it? She helps you. She helps you in your studies. She helps you everything, every time. So she works with you in cooperation. But I don't know how much of you people are listening to your moms, right? How many of you listen? No, nobody. Even I was never listening to her. So women always see to it that they have that capacity, they have that quality of channelizing the efforts into a right direction. Because it's not, again I repeat that a woman is a born leader. And we have to accept this fact right now, that we are leaders. We are no less than any man. We are par excellence them. Our qualities are much more than a man. You know, a woman, if a difficult and most difficult situation comes in front of her, she would face it. But if a very difficult situation comes before a man, he will get jittery. He will always get jittery. If I face a situation, I will still be bold and go home with all that smile on my face. And I know that I'm going to find a solution for it. But if a man, they will not. They get scared very fast. Because there's an ego which is there. That ego doesn't allow them to think beyond. But as a woman doesn't have any ego. She can think beyond. So the thinking capacity of a woman is God gift. That is a God gift. There is an immense power which a woman has in herself, which she has started realizing slowly and steadily and gradually. And that has been a phase of transformation of her own self when she has proved to be the best of the best leaders in all walks of her life. The only thing which we are, as a woman, we don't focus is our brand building. You know, we work in the most excellent way. There are women who are performing super excellently in their lives. They are they can be one of the tops and one of the best ones, but only thing they lack is they never give attention to their own brand building. They never think that what I am today, I need to the world to know me. It's important for each woman, whatever we do, that people and the world out should know what we do, and that's how they know our capabilities, they know our capabilities, they know our powers, our strength, that I can do something better than others. Now, every woman who's sitting here in this room is a leader in herself. They have immense power within themselves. They may be working day in and day out and performing, excelling in their life, performing to the best, but they keep it, they don't think beyond that. We have to voice it out. We have to know the world know. We have tried to come out of that cocoon of those glass walls in which we were entrapped. We means the woman class earlier. They were entrapped in those glass walls, totally within the commands of the man. We have tried to broken that and come out beyond that to show our personalities and to show to the world that yes, we are here, we are powerful. Yeah. So that is the only thing what we lack is our branding. World should know us, and that will make a difference. Now these are so many forums which talk about women empowerment. This is only because each woman, whether she is in town, she is in village, she is a metropolitan city, whether she is in India, she is abroad, she is wherever across the globe, they all have to come forward, and all these forums who are towards women empowerment are trying to build a network or to build a persona of the woman herself, so that the world knows that how powerful a woman is. So that's all what I have to say about the women. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, as I was saying, I myself am a professional. I run schools for children with disabilities. So for several years, almost 15, 16 years, I never looked up from my work. I worked from morning to night all the time. Suddenly I noticed the imbalance in my life, and I started looking around with astonishment to see there were so many people doing so many different kinds of things. And I came across these forums, women's forums, not all, so many forums, and many of these forums had lots of quite wealthy, in the sense upper middle class women who had finished. Many of them were empty nesters. Many of them are very educated. They had 2 maids at home, lot of household help, but very reluctant to get involved in any work. So this is a syndrome I have seen very often. And these are the very women who celebrate Women's Day and all of that. Because for them, it's a woman's world. The man is slogging all the time, going to work and putting the bread, butter, cake and other things on the table. But the woman is at home. She's got many servants, but leading. And in a country like ours, I feel every hand is needed. So yeah. This is an observation that I've made, a disturbing observation I've made time and again for many years. Many women not doing anything, actually. So do you have an opinion on this? Have you seen this or this syndrome? Like, what do you think about this?
See, everybody has their own perception. You would believe this?
Yes.
Yeah. So out of 20, if 5% of the women are not working because they are quite wealthy at home, it's not that they may not be involved. They feel they have closed themselves. They don't feel to move ahead. Yeah. They are happy to whatever they have with them. They don't want to, it's passing the legacy to somebody else. They are happy with the legacies they have to themselves. They don't want to pass it ahead. Therefore, they may be a part of the forum. I am a member of many forums where I see, even I come across such ladies who never come for anything. They are cool at home. They never come for anything. Especially when, there is some award distribution or something, some special thing, some special event is happening, they come. Otherwise, when it comes to regular upliftment or regular event which is for helping others or, women outside, whom we really want to bring up, they never come forward. See, especially these forums are created to produce the women sector who is not looked upon. There are several women who are from the down bottom line, who want to come up, who want to excel in life, but they are getting no platform to perform that. So these forums come into play, and people like us are into constant touch and constantly working to bring these women forward, to help them. So when we talk about these females who are having plenty at home, they don't want to come forward. That's true. But I tell you, these very people are who are actually financially supporting these females to come forward. They may not be very active in the forums and coming ahead, but when it comes to financial support, they are the first one to come forward and support them. So sometimes they, you directly are into activity, or sometimes you are indirectly into an activity. So this is people's own choice, how they want to support. Either they want to be direct or they want to be indirect. But for me to comment on those women who are not coming forward or who are coming forward, it would not be right on my part, because I don't know what role they play. Yeah.
That I haven't otherwise seen when I asked some of my guys to do some research, and I was very surprised by what I found.
The Forbes magazine publishes the top 75 most influential people on the planet. Out of the 75 people, can anyone guess how many are women? Any guesses? There are 5. There are 5. It's listed. And I was very surprised. It can't be that there are only 5 influential people. So I said, can you get me the parameters that Forbes actually, is it that their bank balance matters? Is it that they're part of forums? Is it that they're directors of companies? Is it that they own companies and financial institutions? What makes somebody influential or not influential? But these are people with the power to influence the planet. That's what the Forbes publishes, but there are just 5 women. Today when you read allied magazines in India as well as other magazines abroad, I find a lot of smaller rural women, other women in so many parts of the globe who are making news. But somehow in a global magazine like the Forbes, they're not making news. So leave aside those people who are at home not coming. There's a large section of people who are actually contributing but are not getting featured anywhere. And I wonder where that black hole is. Where is it that they're lost in space? Because I refuse to believe that can be the only number there is. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's very important for a woman to have
The event branding. So these
women who are from a little backward, who can excel in life, who have so much of capabilities and who are doing well, they are not recognized. So that's where this forum come forward, to push and to bring those women to light, to brand them. So that's where we all come together to brand them and to produce. And see, you empower yourself, you empower others. So when you know how to empower your own self, you empower others. If you can't empower your own self, you can't empower others. So a woman should have to empower her own self. Then she can create empowerment for the others. Yeah. Anyone? Any questions? No? Sure.
biggest, of course, we've always talked about why she, breaking the glass ceiling doesn't quite happen. Comes down to grassroots levels. I think before she even steps into being successful, being recognized, acknowledged, and then of course branding follows. If you look at the hierarchy, it comes down to the support from her own family. Typically, it comes down to what kind of support, a typical, if you're talking about an Asian male or anywhere in the world actually, how willing are they to step into all those hours? And if we can recognize the fact that a woman is going to spend late hours, okay, she's going to be missing in action from her family duties, what is labeled as a woman's role. So unless that role play interchange happens and the spouse, either way, now we're talking about women, so it falls back into the males, the spouse stepping in to look after the family, supporting her, trusting her in where she is, what she's doing. I'm talking about more of a, the Asian background. I think this branding is a figment of imagination.
Let me put it this way.
I belong to a conservative Muslim family and married to a married again to a conservative Muslim male. I'll just answer this question. Muslim women were always look the families that the women have to be within the house. She will be just looking, taking care of the family and the children. That's all what she needs to do. And not only this, the world has looked upon us that way. That a Muslim woman will never come out of the house. She will only is meant for the house and she can only breed children and in the family. It is not correct. It is just not correct. If you have the power to prove yourself, the world is not going to stop. It is you who has to trust yourself. The confidence is within you. It's not that we must not see. It's up to you. It's not that while coming forward or doing where I stand today, we must, each one of us must have faced a lot of issues and problems at home, everywhere. But then the confidence has to be with us. Either I fight or I give it up.
That's what I mean. I'm not even debating whether the apple is a Granny Smith apple or a Washington apple.
No, absolutely not. Yes. Yes.
So let's take it, a confident woman to something. Sometimes when you throw, and I'm being really practical about it, and I come from a very supportive defense force background where, I've been saying, go ahead, go conquer the world kinds, So it's just that when you throw a pebble in the water, there's bound to be splashes.
Yes.
So are you willing to take that splash?
To throw that water and take that splash.
That's what it comes.
Yes, that's exactly the point. That if you are courageous enough to take that splash and then throw the water, then throw the pebble into the water.
I think it comes down to hunger. Sometimes it's actual physical hunger that drives you to get out there and make it happen. And sometimes it's a hunger in you,
Fire in the belly.
because you're hungry. You're hungry for something more, something bigger in your life.
And also, as women, we want more for other women, so we can take on that supportive role for those women so that they can take the splash and so that they can move forward. And if you have that support for your daughters and your sisters and from your mothers and your grandmothers, then that's going to help move forward as well.
Yes.
It has to come through as a support system, the sisterhood.
Thank you.